Factor Selling System, the Sales Expert's Guide to... And the authors are Thomas F. Lavecchia, MBA, and Deanna Dunsmuir. Hello, Deanna.
Hi, how are you?
Great to have you with us, and hello, Tom.
Thanks for having us.
Well, we're really looking forward to hearing your innovative approach to sales and business. You call it even a realistic approach and easy to understand, and I think all of us who want to sell, we need something that we can easily understand and really use effectively, and that's what the X Factor selling system is all about. Before we get into the details, though, why don't we start with you, Deanna? Start with you to give us a little bit about your background, and then we'll hear from Tom, and then, why you guys wrote the book.
Sure. So I'm a recent graduate from Ramapo College in New Jersey. My background is in journalism and did a little bit of political science work as well. And I met Tom right after I had gotten done with college and was looking to start out. And I had the writing experience that he was looking for to do the book. And from there, a few weeks later, we had the title. It was completed, and it's been doing great.
Tom?
Yeah, well, we met and through some friends, and we had a great opportunity to write a book. And I had the book up, in my brain. I knew I always wanted to write it, and we had the opportunity. And 12 weeks later, after we met, we hit #1 on Amazon in this category.
Wow, fantastic. Well, you've had quite a background in winning numerous national sales awards.
Yeah, well, actually, I've been very fortunate because as an individual contributor, I sold about $100 million of products over my career, and which resulted in 10 national awards, and then literally coached another 10 folks to get #1 on stage as well. And once we realized after that point, we knew we had something special.
Why would you call your book, which there are tons of books written on sales, why would you call this book, The X Factor Selling System, so innovative?
Well, because it's different, because most selling systems out there and trading systems focus simply on overcoming objections as to why people buy or don't buy. And I call those mirrored complaints, and most of the time there's frankly excuses. Our book is about finding the motivating factor, what actually gets people to act or desire to act, stimulates that, and then you gain alignment and close for the sale. So it's not about overcoming objections, it's really about stimulating them to act and then closing for the business.
Because you talk about the 4 Ps, why do people buy? The 4 Ps.
Yes, so we identified 4 motivating factors: people, product, price, and process. So we look at, for example, somebody who is product motivated is somebody who is concerned about brands or branding. Somebody who's concerned about price is more of a bottom liner, and just someone who focuses on money. So it all depends what the motivating factor is, but what are the 4 Ps you typically fall under 99.9% of the time, and once you identify the motivating factor, it makes it easier to close for the sale.
You say that everybody has a You say that everybody has a motivating factor or an X factor. Why is that so important, Deanna?
It's important because so often people take what motivates them and projects it onto someone else. So Tom's process is all about removing yourself from the process and really figuring out what motivates that other person. And once you find that out, you can then align your goals for mutual success. So that's why he really goes over that motivating factor, that X factor, so much, because that's his key to success.
Because it all comes back to finding the person's motivating factor in buying. That buying motivation, that's what you have to find.
Right. He always says, don't look at what they say, but what they do, or how they purchase their buying actions, not what they say. Because so often people don't know why they're motivated or why they buy. So he teaches you in this book to ask the right questions to get it out of them, because even so often it's subconscious. People don't know what motivates them to purchase. So he goes over these 4 categories, again, of people, product, process, and price. And once you figure out which one they fall into, you can then close for the sale.
What about these bold statements and sales pitches, Tom? How do you help us understand how to do that?
Well, if done correctly, it's a very simple four-step process, which, again, it's innovative, but it's simple. So once you identify the 4Ps, again, it's pretty much an opening. You open with what your alignment, what you want to align to, or your agenda, if you will, and you finish with a question to find out what's going on. Then from there, you really identify, and that's where the